You put me here on this platform to tell the truth. Speak to me when I be speaking to the youth.
There are 7.99 billion people in the world right now. And for each person, 96% of their efforts towards personal development fail because they never created a habit to work towards their mindset. And a habit becomes easier if you make it easier to access. So by hitting the subscribe button, you'll not only be creating a habit to think better, perform on a higher level, and be more confident, it'll also mean the world to me by helping us make more valuable and life-changing content for the world. Hit the subscribe button.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Oh no, bro, we RG. I got you.
Appreciate you for real. So I always start everything off with a warmer. I wanted to ask you, what is the best part about being you? Straight up. What is the best part about being you, G?
Oh man, that's an interesting question. I'm gonna say me. Whew. I'm such a array of things, like bro, like just me as an expression is just dope because like I have a world record in martial arts. Most people can't say that. I'm the world's fastest brick breaker since 2014. I'm 2-time state champion and whooping people ass.
yo, bro, I was not expecting that. You was martial arts?
Yeah.
I know you told me you fought a little bit, but I was thinking like boxing.
No, I'm
and stuff
3rd-degree
like
black belt. Yeah, and I do taekwondo and I also do Shotokan. I know how to use weapons, everything, and like no, I wasn't joking. I got videos of me kicking people in the face and everything like that. Like I'm super fortunate. Like one, like I'm a dad. I have great, beautiful children, and I'm also a polygamous male. So multiple women love me and deal with me, and they all know each other. I don't have no stress. Even my children's parents, they deal with each other. They communicate. They text more than I talk to them sometimes. They set up trips. They set up the travel arrangements and all of that stuff. I'm like, get a good amount of, more than a good amount of money. Yeah, so I live a rapper lifestyle off of like education and books. I have a great network of people and friends and people who love me. I have a great family. That's why I'm like, my whole life is just, I say it all the time and I keep saying it, like I'm a spoiled individual. The universe spoils me. And I say it that way to keep happening because I'm like, I'm not going to be like, no. Like, no, I'm spoiled. I like it.
You pretty much want to put that energy out there.
Yeah, for sure. That way I appreciate it and I want to acknowledge it so I can keep receiving it.
So let's back things up a little bit. How did it all start for you? Because you like they're gonna see this. Your name is DJ Trust Fund Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did it all start because you was an actual trust fund baby? I know you said it all the time. Like, how did it start for you from the beginning?
I am a trust fund baby. Even the manner in which my family deal and they establish themselves, making sure that they set up some form of an inheritance, make sure they have insurance policies and stuff like that, operating to make sure that the next generation does better than the previous one. That's what my family did. Like, even my family has a long history of military service all the way back to the tribal chiefs, which is some of my grandparents. That's the part I speak about sometimes. Chief White Eyes, Chief Killbuck. They were also captains in the military and they fought in the wars, but these are Lenape chiefs, and Chief White Eyes and Chief Killbuck, they signed the first treaty with the United States. Chief Tammany, he was the one who did the organization for the William Penn letter or the signing, and that's where we have the origins of Pennsylvania. So my family was responsible for a lot of the origin stories in the United States. So
that's crazy.
We have treaties and trust established with the United States that I'm still a beneficiary of. So yeah, I'm a legit trust fund baby.
That's fire, man. Because I was actually gonna ask you, because I seen it in your bio. You had what you said earlier, the name of your tribe, the
Lenape.
Yeah,
I know it's a little hard. Lenape. Lenny Lenape, also known as the Delawares. Also, there are almost
Detroit, I think I saw.
No, I'm from Detroit originally, but this is the crazy thing when anybody starts looking into their family history, because only going so far back, my grandma was from Alabama. Her people was from Alabama, but before they went to Alabama, so we got the mitten, right? Got to use this hand because this is the mitten. Detroit, like right here, go all the way down to Alabama, and then this is where our people was for part of the 1900s and part of the 1800s. You go up, they're up in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, New York region, and this is where the Lenape people are. So the migration patterns moved around. My family, for as far as they could tell me, they only knew about Alabama, but previous to that, they are all in tribe. And from this specific tribe, which is called the grandfather tribe, there are almost 20 other sub tribes that come from them, such as Cherokee, Shawnee. So it's like we big dog, but it's respect. It's respect.
I
though.
love
It's
it. I love
respect.
it. So you know all the way back to your great grandparents, or your like
Oh,
how
no.
like
I
how
go back
how-
further. I can go back further.
Bro, that's
Like,
fire.
Even it's crazy because like even with everything I do, this year I'm working on getting a doctorate and a few other things. But I've been working on my ministry, and even when it goes back into our family history, they're responsible for a large portion of what people know today as Christianity coming through the West Coast in the Moravian faith. And there's even towns named after some of my grandparents.
Wow.
So when you go back and you learn this history and you start understanding how it worked from the melanated American Indian side, because there are dark-skinned Indians, and then also the dark-skinned European side, because it's dark-skinned European people as well. Because in my family, on my mother's side, the same side, that's the Lenape side, there's intermixing of Spaniards and dark-skinned Europeans. And those dark-skinned Europeans carried the last name Stewart. Stewart was reserved for dark-skinned people, like swarthy dark-skinned. And Stewarts are King James. So on my mother's side, I'm a descendant of King James. He's like my 13th great grandfather on one side. So we have
crazy, man.
European ancestry and American Indian ancestry. But it's all documented. And that goes back, if you know how back King James, we can go back before that. That's like 13th, 15th century on that side. I can go back like 1400s in the Americas. So it's
You know
it's
how
work.
bro, you know how valuable that is, bro?
That I'm a father. That's
Like-
why I needed to know, because I need to make sure the next generation can move forward the same way how my people did for me.
So was that always set up for you, or did you just ask and you had to do the digging yourself? Like how was the journey in like understanding your past? Because myself, I can only go back as far as the grandpa that I know, because that's how it was. It
That's
was
enough.
in Haiti. You feel
That's
me?
enough though, because for me, my family knew all of the information. Nobody had just ever compiled it together, so I was the one to pull it all together. And
That's fire, bro.
it's, like, for those of us who know, sometimes you have a duty in order for you to make sure that you are moving the family to the next level. Because I was the only knowledgeable person, I was the only one who had it on my heart to do it. I damn near had a responsibility to make sure it got done. So I spoke to my grandparents. My great grandfather was living at the time. He remembered everything. Like, we called him Big Daddy. Big Daddy had to be like in his like late 80s, and he still could recall his late wife, everybody, all of her family. From this isn't even his bloodline. He knew all of it was Big Daddy and Big Mama. This was my great grandparents. She was Lenape, so that's what we called them. And he knew all her family, her sisters, everything. She had been passed probably almost 15 years by the time I was talking to him about this.
Wow.
And he still remembers sharp. And
That's
he
when you take care of yourself. That's when you take care of yourself, man.
He was able to tell me all of his people names, everybody's names. I wrote it down in a notebook. I went and talked to my father's side. I got pretty much, I started off, just to make it plain so anybody can track these steps. You start off with your parents, right? You know your parents' first and last name, your mom maiden name.
Yeah.
And then you learn all four of your grandparents' first and last maiden name. And then from there, you can go to Ancestry.com or MyHeritage, and then you just start building out a family tree. This doesn't require a DNA test. What you're looking for is who slept with who in order for you to get here. So utilizing census records, birth records, and just documentation that can be leveraged in court, you can actually provide evidence that you yourself came from this bloodline. And you never know what these people have established in history, because this is one of the main disattachments that we have as melanated people. We don't understand where we come from.
Yeah.
So we're always looking and searching for something to be a part of, because we don't know what our family has established for us.
If they established anything, to be honest with you.
Most people family did. The crazy thing, melanated people were wealthy. Are you familiar with I love this. You ever heard the Gap Band?
No.
You dropped a bomb on me, baby. Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie.
No.
You was a baby.
Nah,
oh my
yeah,
God, you was a baby.
I'm only 23, man.
But I love movies and I love music. So like the Gap Band, from Oklahoma.
Mm.
GAP is an acronym for Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. Those are
Greenwood,
the
Archer,
cross
Pine.
streets for Black Wall Street. And remember, when they say you dropped the bomb on me, you may not know the song, but some of your listeners may. When they say you dropped the bomb on me, they're talking about when the United States came and bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, they tried to document it as being a black area because that would have been considered a violation of the United States Constitution, because that was actually all Creek and Muskogee Creek Indians that actually resided there. These were people who owned oil rigs,
And
oil
they
fields.
bombed them.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And they misclassified them as black people because per the law, that group of people were not protected. But American Indians are protected per the United States
And
Constitution.
they did that so they can.
So they
Got
can
you.
get away with it because it's a system.
Bro.
It's a system and it's set up.
Got you, and bro, I'm gonna do that because I tried going on ancestry.com where you would like search up your parents' name and stuff like that, but I couldn't find anything. But I didn't know
Where your family from?
Haiti, Port-au-Prince.
Okay, so you may have to tie into international records, because also be mindful of who is providing the data set. This particular data set comes from the Mormon Church. So
Okay.
they have been very diligent in their record keeping throughout the years. So
And
they
even hold international records.
yes.
It would
So
go to that
you can-
extent. I thought it was just U.S. records. and
No,
stuff like
you
that.
can upgrade your membership and then they'll give you access to international records. But just because these aren't people who are actually in Haiti, and you also understand the history and some of the record keeping that went on in Haiti, you may actually have to reach out to them in order to get the results you're looking for.
Gotcha.
And that could be possibly a headache. Your best bet is always dealing with family. And if your family don't know, you got to dig into the records.
Got you. My grandmother's still alive. My dad's side.
For sure, go talk to her.
Both of my parents are alive, but my grandfather doesn't have the same memory because he had a couple strokes. But my grandmother,
You will be surprised what they remember.
Really?
You will be surprised what somebody with a stroke remembers. My uncle, I was just in Michigan with him for when my grandma had passed, and we have I have a cannabis company. I have a federal research available cannabis company, and Michigan is a rec state. So my uncle had a stroke, so this is how he doesn't like to partake in the prescription medicine, so he just consumes cannabis. So we was sitting there kicking it, and his memory is so sharp. I asked him, I'm like, who? I'm like, what's that picture on the wall? He was like, I got that for Big Mama, and he told me the date and everything. He remember when he came to my house and set up my lights and everything. You will be surprised what somebody who has a stroke remembers. You just have to sit there and spend time with them.
Because at one point, the reason why I said this is because at one point, like, he was known to be disrespectful to women in the family, right? But then when a couple of his strokes happened, he kind of switched, and it was like,
that's
he's
because
the most grateful freaking person.
Because life is whooping his ass, and he's trying to make a change. That's all that is.
Oh man, that's true. That's true. I thought it was just he just didn't remember, and then now he remembers.
No, bro, they remember because they just sometimes people who go through them situations, they bring out them real selves. Like my uncle has spurts where he'd be like, "Don't fucking touch me," but that's how he feel. That's how he feel.
That's true, and that's honest. I just helping him be honest. That's crazy. So I wanted to ask you. So you talking about all these things, and you pretty much secure. Like, there's this thing that I recently got from God where everything is technically connected, right? Where you're in the present, you have the past, and you're in the future, right? You pretty much connected your entire past with your family and things of that nature. So how are you securing that future with your family right now?
It's crazy. It's I actually just made a post on Instagram today. Well, my assistant, I don't touch my social media no more. Thank the creator. Thank God for automations.
Amen.
For real, AI is a lifesaver, bro. But one of the posts was pretty much, it was explaining that you don't let something else create your future, you do it. And even to the point where I moved myself away from Detroit. I moved around a lot, got military people, so I've probably been to almost 30 schools my entire life. And I'm still dealing with other education systems, even creating them now. So knowing just through education, understanding finance, understanding the things that make change, which is commerce, business structure. These are the things that regulate this world, regardless of what people think. Everything is ran by business here. The United States is a business. This business makes all of these decisions for you. The state is a business. The county, all of these are businesses. Everything is around here by business.
Small TBAs, all
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
everything here is based off of commerce. Even they made you a business. That's what your all capital name is.
Yeah.
Because per the United States law, a business
Social security number. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. No, but see, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not one of the social media guru goofies. I can actually articulate what that means.
Yeah.
So it's just per the United States law, a business can only do business with business. So if you're a living soul, technically, we were taught in school that upper and lowercase goes for you because you can only be a pronoun or a noun proper, right?
Yeah.
Now, a corporate entity, a legal fiction, has always been in all caps, whether if it's a title of a book, if it's a business, if it's a corporation, Walmart, any of these things, right? There's clearly a difference between the two, but the United States itself can only deal with the one that matches it. United States, all caps. Business name, all caps. Walmart versus United States. Walmart versus Tesla. Whatever's going on. Corporation versus corporation.
Yeah.
You have to be in a, because there are laws in order to protect corporate entities. Everything is based off of commerce for business. And then you have laws that protect living souls, which is equitable laws. Completely different situation. So just understanding that I had to learn the game so that I can even be prepared to build out a future. Because otherwise I'm spinning my wheels and I don't want to waste no time.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. So what would you say is the ideal structure to secure your future for your family?
One thing, it's in my branding, and one of the main reasons why I decided to brand that way is because when I understood the history of trust was established through European education system, through chancery courts, like in 1300. In 1300s, they started. It'll be people going to war. They'll leave the land with somebody, and they'll come back. The person didn't want to give them the land back, so they established chancery court. And if it was just a trustee trust works with three different parts. It is a grantor, trustee, and beneficiaries. Grantor, creator.
First, define what a trust is for somebody that doesn't really know what it is.
A trust it's a legal structure similar to a business, but mainly it lives on paper. So it's documentation. And through this documentation, you can provide asset protection, and you can also provide safety for you yourself as being a beneficiary. You can be protected from creditors. I can make sure that my children inherit certain things. I can also create a asset portfolio that I can do collateralized lending off of. So pretty much I can take all of my jewelry, the cars, the houses, everything I've been able to acquire, the silver, and put it into a trust. And per me having this asset list, a bank will give me a loan. And then I don't got to use credit. Credit is a broke man game. Most people don't know that because they haven't established how to operate in the private sector.
That's fire. I did not know about that part. I did not know about you can even put your jewelry in your trust and leverage on the value.
Think about,
that's crazy.
You hear all these people talking about IULs, all of these things, infinite banking. If you utilize a trust and you attach the insurance.
What is IUL? Like say
Index Universal Life Fund. It's an insurance policy.
Got you.
And so they're talking about insurance policies that you can put in place in order so that you can self-bank, so that you can fund yourself.
Yeah.
If I have a trust that controls the insurance policy and I'm listed as a beneficiary, I keep all of this into the trust. I then remove a certain level of taxation that can be acquired, and I'm also not personally responsible for anything that's going on because it's all running through this trust structure that mimics a business. It just has a lot more protections.
Got you.
Now, because I'm able to do this, it would be most beneficial if I was able to take the policy. Let's say if I wanted to get a property, right? I want to get a house. The house may be, we live in Florida. They probably want 1.5 for a little rinky-dink 3-bedroom, right? So 1.5. I have a policy. Let's say my policy face value is for $1 million. So then I have to come up with the other 0.5. So I can ask the financial institution if they'll be willing to allow me to leverage the face value of said policy. And because of my banking relationship with them, because I already have money here and all these other things, they will then put a lien on the policy and they will extend me it's usually 80% of the face value in order for me to enroll into the property. The goal would be to get a policy that can cover the full amount. And then all you have to do is refinance and then get the lien off the policy.
That's game. So, and you do that with whole life insurance? Because
it's better. You have to do it with something that has I usually wanted to have a cash benefit towards it. Sometimes term does not. So yes, usually it's whole life. I'm not an insurance guru. I just read a lot.
So what would you recommend? Because what I've learned with whole life is that depending on how much you put into it over the years, you could only use that amount. So yes, if you have a $1.5 million policy or a $1 million policy, if over the years you've been putting so much, you only have $100,000 for the past.
You looking at it like a regular person. That's everybody's problem. They look at everything on a base level. Look at it as an asset. Look at it as something that can be leveraged. Don't think about the money you put into it. Look at that like a savings or a bank account.
Gotcha, because they was telling us you could only do that because of that amount.
I just gave you the game.
I know you gave me the game. So I understand the game now, but it's like
if you got
they made the other thing viral. That's
because
crazy.
these people, everybody on the internet is a goofy, bro. Terrence Howard proved it. Like people still think 1 × 1 is 1. Like they're idiots out here. They're dumb. Like they don't know better. It's like the world lives off of wrong concepts. Like even the fact that we live off of the concept of gravity as an actual fact, it still has not been proven to be fact. It is a theory. These are, if you look, gravity is still a theory. The fact that electromagnetism and things being more dense than air is the reason why things come down. That has been proven to be factual, but gravity itself is a theory from a European man from back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw nobody. I'm not no flat earther, but even the concept of us having a globe Earth did not come about till after the 1500s. Just because somebody give it to you does not always mean it's right. You have to look and have eyes for yourself and know things to be true. Because I don't care what Bill deGrasse Tyson, none of these goofy people say. If I have one phone times one phone, how many phones do I have?
2.
So how is 1 × 1 1? When multiplication is a compounding of addition.
Bam. Got you.
We live in a world full of idiots, bro. I just be saying it. And I know people like, you're so mean. I was like, I'm just being realistic.
That's crazy, dog. And I quickly just fell into
because when it's having eyes to see. And when you ask me, like, how do I build out for a future? Being aware of what's going on around, because we see the integrations when it comes to technology, AI, and that's why I'm so big on automations. I have my own AI persona. I got my own Jarvis. We call it it's Joyce. We have a Joyce, and Joyce she works for us and does whatever it is we need. We have AI assistants and everything. I have a whole tech company that a lot of people aren't aware of because I'm building for the future. Because I understand the way that the world is going in. And I want something that's sustainable that I don't have to be in. But me doing that, I'm able to work on the business and not work in the business. Because now I've created these systems to remove me. Now I can be a father. I don't have to be on the phone all day. And now I can actually focus on building something that is going to benefit the trust that my children will benefit from in the future. Because me creating this cash flow system, the money rolls back into this trust. And then my children can then borrow from this and build into something that they want. Infinite banking, even when you deal with insurance, you still need cash flow to pay for the policy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem people have. They have no cash flow.
Their only cash flow is their W-2.
That's if you got a job. That's if you got a job. All these influencers, bro. The crazy thing is when you break it down, where we live, like where I'm from, Michigan, $50K, you can do good in a year, bro. I remember when my rent was like $700 to $1,300. And I'm talking about, like, I still got big houses back in Michigan. I bought a crib for $1,200. I bought a 2-family house flat for $1,200 in Michigan. Upstairs, downstairs, basement, everything, backyard, all that.
Oh, wow.
So $50K, you will be doing good in Michigan. Bro, that's my yearly rent here. That doesn't cover my eating. That doesn't cover my transportation, me flying. That don't cover me taking care of my children.
Yeah.
So it also depends on where you are at in life, what you can do. Because some people are trying to keep up with influencers. What I do in order for me to cover my expenses may not be what you can do to cover your expenses. You may not even have to go that hard. You can live good bringing in $3K a month. I have to clear almost 10 to 30 every month.
Because you set up all these things with your team, your trusts, all that type of stuff to pay for it.
Employees, everything. Like even when it comes to being a business owner or entrepreneur, how do I lower my overhead costs? I need to be able to scale. I need employees. I need outreach. I need leads. I need funnels, all of this stuff. Fire everybody. Hire robots. That's your best option.
Really? So how much assistance would you say that you have, like physical assistance?
Previously I had 5 to 6 people on my team that I would allocate out several things. Right now I only have 2. Everything else has been automated. And really, one of them is hardly working. It's just minor things I may want them to do because I may be playing Call of Duty.
I mean, that's
I'm
real.
back to living my life, bro. Like I
Really?
pop out.
So
Kendrick said sometimes you gotta pop out and show. You know, I'm like, bro. Like,
I love that.
I'll pop out. I'll speak out a lecture or something, bro. And then otherwise, I'll be at the crib. I'm bringing in bread. I'm like, we doing my back photo shoots and stuff. Like, and they making me leave the house while I'm playing the game. The company's still making money. Don't get it twisted. And then even to where the point where I can just literally, I'm getting paid to think right now, because now it's like, what automations or integrations do we want to bring into the world right now? I'm making prototypes for biotech.
Yo, that's badass. That's badass. I'm not gonna lie. So I want to go back into the ideal structure. Because, like you said, not everybody's meant to be a business owner. Some people can do good with $50K, $40K a year. They don't need to be an entrepreneur. They are good with just being a leader within somebody else's, empire or operations, so to say.
I'm gonna give you the structure, but I've probably said this statement, what I'm about to say to you, probably like 3 times this week.
To me,
what I'm about to say to you, outside of the structure. This is outside of the structure. This is just the harsh reality of the world. I deal in finance. We live in an economic system that is based off of capitalism, correct?
Yeah.
This society is not designed for everybody to be wealthy.
That's true.
That is the harsh reality. So, and everybody who's teaching finance, myself included, I just realized this a few days ago. I'm selling a goddamn pipe dream, bro.
You're selling
a pipe dream.
Pipe dream.
Everybody can't get wealthy. Only a chosen few will. Only out of almost 15 years of me teaching this stuff, the number of people who actually implement this information into their life and benefit from it, I'll say it's for sure less than 10%, including family members. You can give them the blueprint. You think the patterns to wealth are new? They've been there. People are comfortable where they're comfortable, bro. That's just the reality. But I'll still give the path. I'll still get a system. But that does not mean that people are going to be willing to implement it into their life.
That's real. People say it all the time, and the numbers don't lie.
So, like, best structure in order to establish for your family, cash flow systems, first off. When I was just on Brendan podcast, I mentioned my 10 and 10 algorithm. Super simple. Anybody can do it. You make a list of 10 things that you like/love to do. And then based off of that, you run the numbers off of these 10 things. What are the most profitable and what are the most liked in the current time? So just a quick example, I may want to do clothing, apparel. I may want to get into jewelry design. May want to be an influencer. I may want to do podcasting. I may want to become a painter. I may want to do public speaking. I may want to be in modeling. So you just list out all these things. And then the ones that are the most profitable and are the most liked, we list them out. And then we do an evaluation on what is the easiest for you to get into right now at the lowest cost. That could just be influencer. You can start just going straight into content. Per you going into content, you may have to do a little bit of research. We get you a website. You're then started able to sell something. You offer something for free, start reeling people in, and then you start creating your upsells, understanding how funnels funnel up, funnel down. You create enough offers to where you can catch people when they have enough money to get your high ticket offer. If they can't meet you there, they don't have the credit, they don't have the funds, you still have something that you can provide to them, whether if it's low ticket or free. Just so that you can make sure that people, one, they understand that you appreciate them, and you're able to retain somebody and they understand the value that you're willing to provide to them. Yeah. Even if they don't have the funds, then people appreciate that still.
Yeah, no matter at what level.
No matter. I'm like, I still offer free stuff to people, regardless if I got stuff that costs over $100K. Bro, crazy shit I heard. Excuse me. Myron Golden said he charging $40 an hour. I'm like, I don't charge enough because I know my IQ higher than Myron's. God.
Hey, speak the truth, man.
I'm like, yo, hey, if Myron 40K an hour, I'm a smooth 50K an hour, fam. Like, I promise
Say it
you.
again, man. That's crazy.
No, but crazy thing is Myron built something that he's the OG of all the influencers right now. But back to this stuff. So after you figure out which businesses work for you, so I'll start off with the first three. Let's say I'll do influencer, and on the side I'll probably do I'll make a landscaping business, and I got a vending machine company. So I'll say I'll get into vending machines, right? I'll use my platform in order to promote my businesses, so that I'll be promoting the vending machine. Exactly. And then I'll be able to get more outreach and more access to it. I made one story and I had several people asking for a vending machine. We charge almost like $5 per machine. They're new touchscreen machines. But on average, depending on the location you put it in, the machine can bring you back almost $6K a month. So that's a good business model for some people. Yeah. We have the first three, and then we don't forget the other 7. We just make sure that we use the energy from the first 3 in order to make sure we keep on working ourselves up into our goals.
To fund into those.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the startup cost, what you need, software, system,
yes,
structure.
Because now you're able to have cash flow. You can start creating bank accounts and things like this. So it makes it easier. If you do need to get funding, you should now have your business structure proper. Like, even that, understanding what it means to structure out your business proper. This is one of the most important things I can always tell people. Every podcaster I met, every business owner I met, everybody's stuff is wrong, especially with the new laws from FinCEN and the beneficial owner laws. Everybody's listed as the BOI. If you're listed as the BOI, beneficial owner, that means you have a level of liability.
Yeah. I did that for myself without even realizing that before you told me that gem back then. Yeah.
All of you all can get sued, and I can take everything you got because you have no protections.
How would you remove yourself from that? Would you have to make a new LLC and just try?
You don't have to make a new LLC. You need to have another entity willing to go in place. So that would consist of, if I have a trust, if you read FinCEN's website, trusts are considered exempt from beneficial owner filing. So if I had a trust that controlled or owned the LLC, I'll say that it has 100% ownership in my articles and my bylaws. This is literally one of the services we provide for people. And then I would just resubmit it when I'm doing my filing for the state. So, you know how you have to register your business in Michigan or in Florida, SunBiz, depending on where you at.
Yeah.
All you have to do, depending on the state, some of them don't allow you to update your own. All you have to do is just go in there and change aspects of ownership. And then they may ask for the responsible party for the trust, which is the trustee. So if you're not the trustee, you're still cool. Even if you are the trustee, you have a level of separation and protection over you because the trustees have trust laws and things that protect them.
So an entity,
yeah. It's better than it being you with your social. Because if you owe, who are the IRS going to come? They're going to come look for you. Even it don't matter if your name in all caps. They're coming to arrest you.
Yeah.
That's where people get it goofy. Like, yeah, your name in all caps. Tell that to the police. When they smack you upside your head, talking about, come on, Tyrone. Like, let's go. Let's go.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So you said the ideal structure. The first thing, set up that cash flow. Then after that, then you would worry about
you making sure
trusts and all that other stuff.
You make sure, because most people, your business start with just an idea, and then I have the idea, and now you start implementing and making sure that you can even work on it. So I recommend that you start actually putting some of the pieces in place before you even go pay for a registration, because make sure that this is something that's, you don't want to pay $200-$300 and you really don't have it up to give to a state just for you to register a business when that could be going into your development. You could have paid that for some content creation for another logo or something just in your initial startup. You don't have to be registered in order to conduct business. They want you to bank and to do certain things. You can get money without registering your business.
You can get money like in funding?
No, hell
no.
Nobody.
I
was like, you can get money from a client, from a customer, not from a bank.
I wanted to clarify for that. But you said only for banking purposes. That's when you get registered. So when you're at that level where you need to get those large investments or large,
and even I seen a great post on Instagram, and I agree with the statements. He was like, if you're under 50K, you should probably still be with an LLC. If you're over 50K, you for sure should be thinking about corps. But for me, I know financial institutions, that's just because of the way you owe in taxation. If you can't break past 50 in your business,
In
you need
profit,
to
they had said it, right?
yeah,
In profit.
you need to make sure that you're making some type of transitions. But banks fund corporations more than they do LLCs.
Mhm.
Banks like corps more because they know corps technically bring in more money.
Yeah.
We just explained why.
Yeah.
So if you bring in more money, if your books look better, I'm going to be willing to give you more. LLCs is pocket change. It's like the juvenile aspect of commerce.
Mhm.
Usually when everybody do it, I know it's not for me. When everybody like, oh, get your LLC, I'll be like, nah. But like for me, like I know homies personally who are getting letters from the IRS because their LLC owes so much money, and now they're social because of the way they got the LLC. Because somebody told them go get their LLC, not the IRS on their ass.
Because they never paid the taxes, right?
The business didn't pay the taxes, but because they're attached to the business, they want them to pay it now. This
Wait,
is why you separate yourself.
even if they done their taxes and they have to pay when they do their taxes, it wasn't done right, so to say.
No, the business did not. They didn't pay the back taxes for the business. They made a lot of money, but because the business could not afford to pay it because of fund mismanagement,
Okay.
they made the personal entity responsible.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Whoever wants to be in that position, because
Yeah.
if it just get bad, I'll just cook the company. I'll liquidate it. You have that right. The IRS has liquidation forms. You
Really?
can you can terminate a company. If you can't financially afford in order to keep moving forward, you can go terminate a company.
That's crazy.
But you also got to be mindful of how you're establishing this business, because your name is socials everywhere on this stuff. So when we talk about building out foundation, who wants to go back and have to correct that? You do this right from the beginning. You make sure to trust on these things. So trust, business structure, cash flow, and then the easiest thing is building your legacy at this point. Then figuring out what it is that you're going to do on an individual level, and also how you're going to build your family brand and family name. Look at Johnson & Johnson. Look at the Waltons. Waltons on Walgreens and Walmart. Yeah, and I think even CVS.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's just like,
yeah.
what does your family legacy look like? And this is why I always be telling people it's about the business. It's not as, I'm like, get off that stupid birth certificate worth $1 trillion. I'm like, it's not yours to get anyway, fam. The biggest thing, I never be dependent on somebody else's system in order for you to be able to take care of your family. Establish a business and a brand and a legacy that your children will be able, that will outlive you and even them. Because Rockefellers are dead. Well, the original ones, we still know what's going on with their stuff, right? They long money, right?
Yeah.
These are the things that you are looking to implement. You can only do it by establishing something in commercial activity. You have to do a real business that will be sustainable. So what can you offer to the world that will be beneficial in the next upcoming 15 years? All these credit repair people, your company sucks. It probably won't even be valid with AI in the next couple of years.
Yo, I can agree with that. Okay.
So, and most of them not even good at it. All of these influencers, the more that AI grows, the more your regurgitation of information will not be valid.
It's because it's just Googleable stuff at this point.
Yes, it is, unless you really have a true skill set. So in the upcoming years, influencers are going to die. Tech is going to grow. What will be around? What is an essential need? Remember, during COVID, only essential businesses was able to move around. What's essential? What's sustainable? Is what you're doing sustainable? Is it essential? For most of you, no. So you need to make an adjustment, because something essential, such as water, such as food, land, making sure that we have homes, electricity, water, clothing. Yet, not clothing. A lot of these people think t-shirts will get you far. No, not clothing. Being able to provide the material that the clothing is made from. Yes.
Okay.
Being able to be a manufacturer for certain types of clothing. Even if you're getting into ballistics and military contracts, government contracting. I do a lot of that. That's where a lot of the company money comes from. Even dealing in tech, making sure that we can do government contracting in tech, even as an indigenous business. Another reason why it's always good, and building family foundation, because we're still talking about building out. one of the main reasons why I highlight the genealogy stuff, because of my tribal status, we are allowed Super 8 designations for government contracting, meaning our designation doesn't expire the way a regular government contractor would, like every 7 years.
Oh my God.
So
you are on that, man.
bro, you already know, I can make sure that my children can inherit these government contracting businesses and our family can just keep on making money and money and money.
This is automated.
Yeah. It don't matter if they even want to do it. As long as I have the system in place, I can make sure that it still takes care of the family. I can make sure that money goes out to policies every month. The company pay for the policies. Children taken care of, family taken care of. Everything is, bills are paid because I've created cash flow. I have so much money in an account that it's acquiring interest. And I'm not even worrying about if I went got this loan, because it's being paid off by the interest. And I still make enough interest to where I still got enough because I've compounded out enough.
That's fire. So what type of trust would you say they should start with it? Because I learned there was 2 when I first started getting into business. Then being in contact with you, learned there was a lot more.
What 2 did they tell you about first?
Irrevocable and revocable.
Okay, so that's a common misconception, and I do my best to break this part down for people. So when it's like 2 categories of trust, and then there's types. So we have pyramid, we have trust, right? And then we have irrevocable trust, and then we have revocable trust.
The 2 categories.
And then you can have a revocable family trust, you can have an irrevocable family trust, you can have an irrevocable special needs trust, you can have a revocable special needs trust, you can have a charitable revocable trust.
And that's
everything can be irrevocable or revocable of the trust type.
Got you.
It can be family, charitable, special needs. It can be a land trust. Most of these, it can be a blind trust. There are a lot of different types of trust. You can, if you damn near can think of it, you can make a trust structure for it if you know the laws well enough.
Got you. So, but you're saying family trust, would it be revocable or irrevocable?
So what is let's say for you, what's your goal? You're the avatar right now, and you're asking if somebody said you should get a trust. If you come to me, ask your questions how you would as if you wanted to build out something for your future.
Hey, yo, my name is Oliver. I own a podcast. I'm middle child of my family, still stay with my parents. However, I have a Roth IRA set up. I know what trusts are. I have a couple LLCs. I want to restructure everything where I can then lease something for them on these new businesses that I open. That's where I'm at right now. I kind of don't know where to start or where to continue to set it up in the way that I want to.
Okay. Well, it's pretty good that you are already, I didn't know that you are already established like that. That's pretty good. What I would then do is... we call it the Trinity structure, the 3-tier structure. We use a charitable trust, a family trust, and a business trust.
What's the difference between those 3?
Okay. Charitable trusts are established to do philanthropic things. And
charity, because I do plan on doing that for my church and stuff like that, yes.
Charities can take donations. So based on your work in the community, another organization may have an influx of funds that they need to offload at the end of the year so that they can lower their tax liability. And you have an organization that has the structure to do it. So boom. Just like Gates and Gates Foundation.
Should I create branding for that just to put my
you don't have to
that I do out there so they know
it's a write-off if you do. Any advertisement for them type of structures are write-offs, but it is good to have a logo for a logo website for every structure that you do have that you plan on receiving funds. That way people can actually know what it is you're standing for and what it is you're providing, your mission statement and stuff like that. Hypothetically speaking, I would only get funding based off of word of mouth. That's really how it's going to come mainly from what you're saying. Sometimes, because you can also be in certain registries that people know, and then if you are set up properly and you have your website, just think about it, the Fraternal Order of Police. They don't talk to everybody. You know how many people donate to them? People donate to the Masonic Order as well. They don't talk to everybody.
But
they have
their and they search it up. It's Google.
They have good branding, that's SEO, marketing. Yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly. So it's organizations that are 501s, and even the tax exempt structures, they go from 501c3 to 530. So when you read Title 26 IRS codes, you want to look at all the different tax exempt structures, because even a trust can qualify as a tax exempt structure. You can make a 508 trust. You can make a 501c3 trust. So
and that's all in the charitable.
Trust. So like when we make a charitable trust, we can make it a 508.
And it's only I could only make it a 508 or only a 503, or they
no,
have all.
They're depending on your structure and what it is you're doing per your mission statement. You can classify under the 501 all the way up to one of the 530s. So it's almost 30 different designations which you can fall under.
And you would walk me through it to show me.
Yeah, literally, whenever I be doing most of our PowerPoint presentations, because everybody has that same question about the 501, 506, I actually take them through Title 26 so they can read it for themselves, because Title 26 is all the IRS laws right there.
Got you. So you said the charitable one for the philanthropy.
Charitable is the one to take the donations. Keep in mind, donations, right?
Yeah.
So you have a family business. You have a family trust. Family trust can also operate as a family business structure. This is good for asset protection. And the way I explain it, your business trust is almost like your car. Your family trust is almost like your house. You're going to keep most of your important prized possessions inside of your crib. Like your car, like I remember I almost lost my mind because I left my firearm in the car one time. I'm like, this is not safe. I'm like, I don't even leave money, nothing. You can get in an accident. Somebody may break in your car. You could be in Atlanta. Next thing you know, they just gonna pop your door and take your baby car seat. It's crazy out here, bro.
Yeah. I didn't know they do the baby car seats.
Bro, they told me, they was like, take your baby car seat out your car.
Yo, they really down bad for that?
Your baby car seat?
That's crazy.
Yeah, they for real. They was like, keep your doors unlocked out there, bro. Because if you don't, they'll pop your window. It's a different time.
Gosh.
But yeah, understanding that the business trust has a way more, the way you structure it and the way you can operate it is really up to you how you deal. But the way how I teach, we allow the business trust to do way more commercial activity than we do the family trust, because we're utilizing that to protect assets. So in order so that we don't bring it in contact with anybody for any suits, because they can still attempt to sue a trust. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but you don't want to put any of your assets in jeopardy, because especially if you have a listed public trust and you have your Schedule A where everybody can see the type of things that you have in their houses, cars, all of this stuff. It's up to you if you make your trust public or private. These are a lot of things that a lot of people don't know.
But you don't have to.
No, you do not. You do not have to register your trust on a public platform. It's more imperative that the trustees and beneficiaries, the parties of the trust, have a copy of it. That way, if anything happened, everybody can come together collectively like, yes, this matches this matches this. And it's also notarized and dated.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to record it in a court. Now, if you are dealing with a business or you're dealing something like on a large financial level, you may want this to be public for safety. So it's really,
why for safety? Like
if
I'm gonna ask you that question, like, why would you make it public?
If I'm going through a large scale company acquisition and I need this, so for some people and their safety, let's just look at Terrence Howard as a situation. Terrence Howard is personally responsible for the majority of the AR, VR technologies that we are receiving today. So if he had that information in a trust and then it was recorded publicly, it will be known that these people sourced all of this information from him, and he will be able to financially benefit from it. Even if he did not have it patent, he would then be able to sue them for intellectual property theft. Because it was in a trust and it was on the public record and they were notified of it. This is why I'm also mindful of the way I will register and give my intellectual property over to the United States, because that's a business itself.
Like your tech companies and your other sites.
Yeah, my IP don't go over to them. I'm like, why would I give my IP over to another business so that they can utilize it? Look at what they did to Terrence Howard stuff. From Meta, Tesla, everybody is building off of this man intellectual property. He's not getting $1 from it.
Wow. So they took his like layouts for his tech and stuff
because
like
it was in a public record, bro.
And they saw like the details of each.
Yes,
right?
Because it's patent. You have to.
Oh, it's patent. Everybody can see it, and they just took it.
He applied for the patent. They never gave it to him. Yes, they built off of his information.
They reworked it. Wow.
You see the dangers in that? But if it was done through a trust, he would have had some level of protection. It still would have been a fight because of patent laws and rules, but it's still better than not having anything. Yeah. Because trust laws are separate from commercial laws, because now you're dealing with equity and chancellery court.
Gotcha.
I didn't know this was gonna be a legal class today.
No, I'm being honest, bro. This is fire. This I don't know if it's okay with you, but bro. So you said, so you pretty much said all three: the family trust and then the business trust to operate certain things, right?
Yeah. So a large portion of the income in the business funds goes to the business trust. And then the business trust can allocate out funds to the family trust. And if there becomes too much of a tax liability within these three structures, we can just give donations to the charitable trust, and then the charitable trust can pay. Da 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 da.
Got you. But where does the getting back into my situation is like, all right, I want to do the Trinity structure, but finances is tough for me right now. But I do have a real estate in Ohio, so I have that under. It's under my name because state laws for that state. I couldn't have the deed in the LLC when I was purchasing it.
But you could have did it as you can transfer it to a trust now.
Yeah, I could transfer to. Would you? But the thing is, people told me I should put under an LLC and then have a holding company that owns that LLC and the trust that owns the holding company. Is that how I should have it structured, or should I just have it go straight to the trust directly?
What are your goals with it? Are you trying to pull equity from this? Do you plan on selling it?
My goals for this
This is a situation when it's good to do a revocable trust, because real estate is good for revocable trust. It doesn't necessarily protect the property in its entirety, but it allows you to pull the property in and out of said trust. And just because of the trust name, more people will be hesitant in order to even try and come after the property.
Is that because it's an trust name? Okay,
Yes.
got you. So would you say it's it costs money to take it in and out of a trust?
Just the filing fee in the state, whatever your for you to update your documents, your deed and your trust, and then file it in the state. That's it.
That's like what, $120, like the annual filing report, or is it?
No. For you to update the deed in the county records.
Got you.
That's the cost.
It's just like a regular $30, $50 fee.
Yes.
So to say, okay,
That's the cost.
Got you. But the goals for that particular property is that's a long term and just leverage on the equity to either get more property, or if it's the best option to sell it, we don't want to sell it, but we're just leverage on the equity and get more property because of the cash flow. Because cash flow on $800.
I'll do a trust transfer, and I would also work on getting the taxation down on that. And also, for anybody who doesn't know, every state has their own tax exempt codes for real estate.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So in my deeds in Michigan, they have tax exempt codes in them, so I don't pay property taxes on my property per the law.
Oh, only in Michigan. I need to find that out.
No, not only in Michigan. In every state has tax exempt codes for real estate. If you put it in the deed, they're not allowed to charge you property taxes, because they did it with me when I brought my house and I was not charged property taxes per the way the deed was set up by the state. I'm just going to read everything I sign off on, and I'm like, let me use this.
So you're saying if I look and search, I cannot pay property taxes in Ohio?
Yeah, it's several ways not to pay property taxes. Hell, Donald Trump know one. He put his ex-wife body on his land. It's tax exempt now. Having farmland creates tax exempt tax breaks. Having real estate that you're housing other people on the land, like even getting the house to house other people in, is a tax break. And
where did you learn this from? Like, would you say like you're a tax strategist and you help people with their taxes too as well, or?
Hell no. I don't like that.
The way you're talking is like, damn, my bro, like, yo.
Actually, the crazy thing is, just because of like how hands-on I am in business, and I understand the importance of taxation, business structure. Yeah. I reached out to my CFO because she's certified in taxes. I'm like, let me get y'all H&R Block login. And I went and I did the whole tax class. I'm like, this shit is dumb. I'm like, they didn't make me sit here 8 weeks to learn about a 1040. I'm like, we don't even use 1040s for trust. We use 1041s and 1041Vs, which are vouchers. So I just based on my not even basic education, just based on my personal education from the things I deal with learning, like reading publication 1212, understanding how 1099s truly work. 1099A, B, C, OID, understanding an acquisition versus a bartering versus a canceling of a debt, and when you're supposed to utilize it. Even reading the instructions saying that you have all of these IRS documents come with instructions. Reading the instructions and they tell you you're not supposed to fill this out. If you are the debtor, that means the creditor's supposed to fill it out. So sometimes you have to send this form over to them so that they can cancel the debt. And it's all listed out for you, even doing an 8832 with an IRS form. An 8832 is a reclassification form. So if I personally don't want to be responsible for the LLC no more, I want to make the trust responsible, that's the form I'm going to use, is 8832. And I just got all this sitting up here, bro.
So you could make an LLC responsible for a trust as beneficiary instead of yourself.
Well, yeah, the trust. You can because you can make a LLC be a trustee or a grantor for a trust as well if you choose to.
Instead of yourself.
But that's how you update the documents in the IRS Corey.
So
It is
you can do a
8832 form.
full circle of LLCs and business structures, and your name wouldn't be in it at one time.
I don't have a social on a single company I got
Jesus.
because I know the law.
But your trust is in your name, though, right?
No.
We usually do the full circle. Got you. So, if you were to pass, how would it be structured where your kids get paid and they get
They
the
listed as
benefits?
beneficiaries in my stuff already.
So their name is in the trust.
As a beneficiary, not as a responsible party.
Ooh.
They have no responsibility.
But your name is in as the beneficiary too, along with them, right?
I'm down as a beneficiary as well because you're only allowed to hold 2 of the 3 positions. So if I was the grantor, I could be the trustee and a beneficiary, but then I don't want to be the trustee because I don't want to be listed as being able to have that level of control over the financial aspect. So, and then like I'm a crafty individual, bro. I got several,
Bro, that's
I got
game.
several
That's-
things
that's-
laid
bro,
out.
you just
Bro, it's just Monopoly is one of the best games somebody can learn in this economy. And I've always been very good at that game.
yeah.
You understand the rules. You understand I need to maneuver around this board, keep my ass out of jail, keep it moving. My first time around is a learning experience. After that, I need to start leveling up, doing some business, acquiring some real estate, getting some more bread. Outside of that, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wasting goddamn time if you're not doing that.
If you're not acquiring, wow.
And even on a higher scale, more of a Terrence Howard scale, when we look at it, because I was outside the other night and I was just looking at the sky. I'm like, bro, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, we're ants. I'm like, we're literally, what is the significance of us when we think about it on a universal scale? Now, if we think about it on a state scale, what are we supposed to be doing? Being good economic slaves, providing commercial activity in order to build up the wealth for the United States, right?
Mm.
Now, what does that mean on a world level, on a universal level? What are we supposed to be doing?
Reproducing, multiplying.
That just sounds like we making more little slaves. How is that a benefit to the rest of the universe outside of us if we don't leave this plane right here?
What would you say is the benefit? Or what would you say is the purpose of us in that?
I really feel like that's where I feel like that's one of the focuses we should be like working towards as a society, figuring out what our true nature and our place in the world is. We're so caught up in social media, making sure I make content for the day, making sure that somebody's going to like this, making sure that I'm going to make this money off of these likes, that we're missing so much when it comes to development, when it comes to peace, to being kind, just because the conditioning that is passed down by the businesses.
Yeah, and that conditioning is sometimes selfishness, and that's what it causes that.
Because of competition, because it's I got to be better than you because I got to get the money before you get it. Because if they like you more than they like me, they going to pay you and they're not going to pay me. You see the society build out? And then I feel like we are truly distracted because this shit isn't making us better. You posting every day, is it making you better? Is it making the world better?
Unless it's like true game, like literally this.
Even the finance stuff, bro. Like I said earlier, I can give I can be super detailed. I can give documents, everything. I've done it. Does not mean that these people, I'm literally lining people up on a damn racetrack to run a race that I know they're going to lose because I know they didn't train for it. I know they don't even care. They're not in
show
shape.
me what the starting line is, man. I'm telling you straight up. Show me what the starting. Hey,
At least you trying to
show
run.
me what the starting. No, I'm so serious. What's the starting line? I'm actually straight 1-on-1.
No, I'm like this is actually it. Like
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna go back.
yeah, like just actually having a conversation and having a
Yeah.
clear vision. Because even myself, like I'm young. I'm only 33 right now. I still have points in time where I'm like, let's go back to the drawing board and let's adjust because the plan you have for yourself and the way the world is working does not mean them shits are always going to align.
Yeah.
Hell, look at NFTs. Everybody thought that was going to be a good thing.
But it bombed.
Bro,
Bombed.
people have big plans for NFTs. Wrong. Sit down.
Bombs.
Sit down.
Bomb.
None of that.
Bombed, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then it's just like, but NFT technology isn't going anywhere. It was just the way it was given to people was very juvenile. It's
Yeah.
very relevant.
I heard that wasn't the intention for
Never
NFTs.
was.
It was kind of like just misused.
It's
like,
time stamping. NFT technology, the original meaning for it is time stamping so that you can have cryptography. It's more so
like
I create this and then it has a time and a date from creation and it has a block that it's attached to provide aspects of ownership.
yeah, and
So-
royalties in a way.
No, that's different. Now you're talking about an NFT that provides utilities. Like I'm into this nerd shit, bro. Like, so non-fungible token and a fungible token, something that can be traded on or something that can't be traded on, making a 1 of 1 or like a 1 of 10,000. So being able to do something like this, if you think about it on a corporate level, like I can create corporate badges or I can make company assets and I can NFT them. And just by creating this level of scarcity, I can then create a valuation over time. The model is right. They use the wrong marketing point. They use fucking monkeys, bro, which is
Should have used businesses, like you were saying, right?
the businesses were trying to get integrated into it, but because the power came through influencers, they had the best marketing pitch they could. They made people sign non-disclosure agreements and they gave them these monkeys and then they made them promote it. And per that forced ignorant people to just believe like this is where the value lies. And that's not where the value lies. The value lies in the actual technology because we've been utilizing that since the 80s. People just don't know.
What do you mean? Part of my ignorance.
Cryptography, NFT technology, is nothing more than time stamping. If you print a document out and it has a block and a timestamp
Kind
on
of like somebody selling an age corporation because of the years and stuff like that, right? In a sense, or
it's way more simple. Literally, if I fax you a document and it come over and it has a stamp on the time, like cryptography, understanding when something was created, how it was created, if this the original, is this a copy, or is this a variation of it?
oh, got you to like, now I
Yeah.
see. So to like remove fraud and all the other stuff in a sense.
Levels
Now,
of security.
now I got it.
Think about it as somebody who may be an author. I've wrote multiple books. I'm close to 20, something like that. I don't want to misquote. I'm working on another one right now.
Would you say all your stuff that's at the finish line is running these books?
Nah, hell no. The books is light. I write books in my sleep. No AI.
Ah, got you. I was gonna say,
No AI, bro.
if it's on these trusts and setting up the future, I'm like, hey, just start me up, man.
In all honesty, my main goal
Yeah.
is to, like I said, establish something that's going to outlive me. Something that's going to be like beneficial and going to help people to find their place in the universe.
That's real.
And like even my starting point was getting people to finance, understanding business, but this isn't always a start. Hell, at one point in time, I thought I was gonna play football, bro. I run a 4.37. Like, so you just don't know where life's gonna take you, dog.
That's real. That's real. That's fire, dog. Bro, my mind is blown. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I was the same way when you spitting out these things earlier, but now everything is registering because I have been doing my research afterwards. But I know it's a certain level for me to do certain things, even with the trusts. Like, final question for the Trinity: should I have a Trinity in each, like of the irrevocable in each of the categories?
You don't have to. It's based on your needs.
On
You
the,
can
on
literally
the public or private that she was telling me.
you can have a Trinity structure, and then you could probably have 1 or 2 revocable trusts just over here that you utilize in order to make sure that you can transfer things in and out for people. Like if you buying property, you could buy the property through a revocable trust. They put it in the trust, and then you just transfer it out to Schedule A because it's easier to transfer out of a revocable.
Because when you're selling it in a sense.
Yeah, and you won't acquire none of the capital gains tax in the trust, but once it's transferred outside of the trust, the entity that is receiving it will have to deal with the capital gains.
Like if I have it in my trust, hypothetically speaking, you are an LLC or you're a person buying a property, transfer it to you. I don't get.
You don't got to pay
taxation,
capital gains tax.
But once it's your hands,
I
after
would have to pay capital
unless
gains.
it goes from my trust to your trust, in a sense, right?
No, when it goes out of trust, they're gonna try and make somebody pay that capital gains.
Ooh, but depending on how I set it up,
That don't mean you gotta pay it. This is why. So
That's fire.
nice little tidbit. Just when you understand like the structure and the way things work, like this should be a great highlight clip. Because if I have a trust, and why wouldn't, if we are about to go into a business acquisition, so let's say, I got a property that you want, why wouldn't I just appoint you as a beneficiary and just transfer you the property inside the trust? And then when you want to take it out the trust, you still can do whatever you want to do with it. When you want to take it out the trust, you can. And then you can, that's if you want to sell it or something.
But you can bring somebody as a specific beneficiary or responsible party for
You
a
can
specific
put
item.
anybody.
No, for a specific item. It doesn't have to be like part of the whole trust or anything.
Your trustees can literally list out what beneficiaries are supposed to inherit, whether if it's percentages, whether if it's cars, jewelry. One of my children are going to get this necklace. Another child is going to get another necklace. Somebody's getting the silver portfolio is getting divided through all of them. So it's the gold portfolio, and it's all documented out.
And if they have to, if they want to take it out, if they're finally going to sell it, and and do what we just talked about earlier. Would they
take the responsibility?
Would they need you to sign any documentation? Because sometimes that might get in the way.
You're gonna have to sign. You're gonna have to do the transfer for it to go outside the trust. Yeah, it's a property transfer document for things to be released from.
So if they get hypothetically speaking, the property costs $500,000. I own the property. I'm selling it to you. Instead you give me the $500,000. I do the transfer or include them for that particular party inside the trust, and I keep that $500,000 outright, right?
Yeah.
No gain.
Now, if y'all are bright, you will look in the gift tax because it's in the trust, and whatever y'all work out between y'all is what y'all work out. I'm just saying, because when I went and I transferred my truck, I had an F-250 that was lifted, and I had transferred it out the trust. The state, at the Secretary of State, they was like, you got to pay this for the title transfer. I'm like, this was a gift. It was a gift from a gift. And it was like, how much was this gift? I'm like, I don't know. It was a gift. But there's a certain amount for gift tax that you can do. And even if you can't get in that, the amount that was sold for it, they usually take a percentage of that. So nobody can really dictate what you sell things for between you and somebody else, because I've gotten cars for pocket change, bro. And nobody can tell me that I didn't. Hell, my mom gave me a car for $1 damn near one time when I was younger.
It's crazy.
But you understand why she did that, because she already knew per the title transition, they're going to ask me what the car was sold to me for. And they're going to try and charge me per that. And they're like, you can't say that you... I'm like, nigga, this is what I paid. Here's the receipt.
You have the receipts to prove it. That's fire. Yo, you dropped, bro. I'm glad you came today, bro. Fire.
Bro, I know it took me a minute to get around, bro. My bad.
No worries, man. Hey, don't worry about it, man. It's fire. Whenever you're here, it's fire, man.
For sure. I gotta bring you on Trust Fund, baby.
Let me know.
You gotta let me know if you play any games, bro. I'm getting back on the sticks. I've been killing people on Call of Duty.
I would say if we were to do games, I don't know if you play Apex.
If you play Apex, you can play Call of Duty, bro.
I'm fire in Apex.
If you play Apex, you can play Call of Duty. Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 about to drop, bro.
But the thing is, I have to get used to how sporadic the movement is. When you're a pro,
it took me a day. It took me a day. I just bought my new PS5. It took me a day.
It's gonna have to take me a day if I were to get into it for that, because it's like
my pace was too slow. I had to play hyper cranked, and if you don't knock somebody down in 15 seconds on hyper crank, you blow up. So you gotta run, you gotta move, or if you just
really like
it made me step my pace up, and then just even thinking about it, one reason why I am big on tech and gaming, it's so crazy because it used to be something that parents used to try and keep children away from. But my hand-eye coordination is nuts, and the way it makes my neural synapses fire off just because of, like, I'm thinking left, I'm picking up sounds, I'm turning right. It's something that's for bright people. Like, these children be really good at these games.
Yeah, that is true. And I'm one of those people, but it's like I get super obsessed with it where it becomes a distraction.
So,
because even games on my phone, like not like all video games, but they're like Clash Royale is one, because it's when you use a strategy and you have to think and placement stuff like that. I love those types of games because it also helps me, but then I would get super obsessed.
It's different when you get paid for it. You can get a little bit obsessed with it.
That's different.
Yeah, because
I never thought to set it up like that.
Yeah, bro. The craziest thing is we have all of these other tech companies and other people who benefit off of our likeness and all of our swag, everything that we put together into the world. Even us being melanated gamers. Look at Kai Cenat. He doesn't own shit on what is that, Twitch. Aiden Ross Aiden Ross actually has a portion of equity in what's that, Kick, the gaming platforms. It's Kick and Twitch. Kick and Twitch, the main two. And Aiden Ross is down here in Miami. But just understanding, if people watch us and it's based off of us, our personality and everything, all you have to do is low key is what Isaac Hayes III is doing with fan base. You just control that. And he's so real, bro. He giving people equity early, still to this day. And people are just so goofy, they won't buy in. He allows streaming, all of that. He allow payout. And I'm just like, if we gonna support or if we're gonna build something, you should build it on your own terms. Even though Kickoff pay out like 95, Kick pay like 95%, which is more than Twitch. Fan base pays, I believe, in like almost like the 90 percentile as well.
Because of the gifts that they give on there, or
payments and payout for anybody that, like, if you streaming and people sending you hearts and stuff for your streams, yeah, you get the majority of that money. YouTube doesn't even offer that much. So it's just, if you don't have the framework to build it out yourself.
For streaming?
Yeah, I get paid for everything on YouTube.
And I'm talking about streaming. I didn't know that they pay you for streaming and gifts. I know TikTok has that. I know Instagram has that with the gifts.
If it depends on the way you run your stuff, because we do lives and people can, like, they can give you gifts and memberships and stuff.
Got you. So you run your gaming live on all platforms.
Okay.
And then people give you gifts from whatever. Wow.
Between me, I'm gonna give you some game when we get off the game.
Got you.
I'm gonna tell you how to run another game.
Hey, let me know, man. Because like I've been playing video games like on my Xbox or PS for years, because I've been so locked in and I'm just being vulnerable. So locked in and just trying to create what it is for my family. Like, I was a realtor for 2 years, damn near freaking hated it because I was just in it for the money. And granted, at the time, I didn't know the effective things in business, like marketing and things like that would make me more successful than I know now. But given that I'm in podcasting and I know what I know now, I'm setting up certain campaigns and working to like really do the thing. But I really dropped it because like I'm doing all these things. I didn't know that I can still be doing that type of stuff. And
one of your mentors used to bring in almost like 6 figures off gaming, right?
He told me that through a company that he invested in.
So I'm telling you, like, it's just, we decide where we want to allocate our time into, and then most influencers, creators, they don't even own or control their own time. They're employees in their own company. And I can comfortably say that because that was me for years. And then tech started happening, and now I can either pay for assistance to do certain things, or I can just have a coded script managing parts of my company. And now I can still have the company making money. I can be running a podcast gaming stream with you still. We making money off of this. I'm over here selling other offers, ebooks, because they're seeing the content. So as long as I'm doing it on my time.
You're collecting the data and you have those scripts to run that play. You have these.
The AI make all that. The AI handles the post, it makes the scripts, everything. Like, we literally have a company that does this for other businesses as well. Like, I didn't just make it for me. I made it for me to be the test, but we made it to provide to other people so that they can buy their time back, bro.
So I make a post, somebody responds to the DM or follows me from that post. They get a message automatically because of the AI.
Yes, that can happen. And also, like, really, we can scrape anybody's social media platform. It doesn't matter who it is. It can be Gary Vee. I can take all of their information. It's just, that's the way the internet works, the way computers work.
And what you mean scrape? Take all their information?
Scrape.
Like, what way?
I can literally source all of his social media followers, the comments, the type of information that they like over another, and then I can build a data set off of this, and I can figure out how to retarget his people, or I can decide how to build something similar so that I can start doing the same thing, because now I have the data set. It's all about data. That's what Amazon is so strong.
And you have their phone number, email, all that type of stuff, and you can start sending them campaigns.
It depends on where you're scraping from, because on Instagram, some people do have their phone numbers on there. Yeah. So if you do scrape properly, you can pull numbers.
Isn't that time consuming, or is it on an automated?
We don't
setting?
do it.
No, but
The system do it.
no, like the AI system where it clicks and goes through and does all that type of stuff, or like
It was like a script. It just
it's
cold, bro. It's cold.
fire. It's cold.
I'm like, this is why I'm saying, like, I'm so comfortable playing games right now because my business stuff is solid. And I'm not playing games just to play games. I'm playing games to build out a business model that I play games for, just leisure because it's really, I only get heavy into gaming when I lose somebody or either when it's December because just the time when commerce slow down. So I'll do it in order to take my mind off of certain things. So I'll go play Call of Duty. I'll play something else just because I know this has to be like my singular focus. I'm not going to be wondering and thinking about missing people who aren't around right now.
Mhm.
So that's usually one of the main times I game. And that's why I just got back into gaming because I just lost my grandma. But just coming in contact with some of the people I came in contact with, they presented certain opportunities. And I have a network of people. I got children who game. I got homies who game. And I'm like, none of y'all getting paid off of this? I'm like, we can just make a streaming team and then we can just drop all the content in one place and just split rev. And then per that, you get a deal. And I just gave somebody a play because all y'all play these games and none of y'all getting paid off of them. You can stream on Twitch and Kick at the same time and you can get money from both of them. And you can also run the same content on YouTube and on TikTok and still get paid from it. And even go on Fanbase and get paid again. All off the same content. You just got to be able to create it.
It's fire. It's definitely something to think about, man.
That's you still have to have a level of discipline, like how the board say behind you. You still have to have a level of discipline when it comes to doing these things because
you'll fall into it deeply before you.
But it's streamers who are streaming 5 to 8 hours a day. I'm like, the devil is a lie. I'm like, I gotta live a life. I'm like, that's just as bad as working for somebody. I'm like, I'm not working my way out of one business to work into another one. Granted, you do got to be hands-on with some things, but nobody wants to take something that they love and turn it into work.
Yeah.
Not that type of work.
That's what being a realtor felt like. I'm talking about peddling on the phone, doing all that stuff.
That law of averages, that's not your friend, bro. Getting told no that many times, that'll do something to you, bro.
It gave me a lot of callous. Don't get me wrong. It built me up mentally. I would say that. There's a lot of good that came from my journey in there, even in just personal development, reading books, operating on a schedule, doing all these things. That journey taught me a lot. But now it's like I got so burnt out, I just had to get out of it. And now I'm in this. I'm in podcasting and I'm in coaching and I found my passion in that.
Let me ask you. So, because I know a lot of people just look at podcasting as podcasting. What is podcasting for you? What is your goal with podcasting?
My goal is to really just be that person, have that community, have that outlet that I needed when I was younger. I had a stutter growing up. It wasn't until I changed my environment and found a mentor where I then started breaking these things. And that was in freaking 2019. I'm 23. That was when I graduated and I started going out there in the real world. And I was just fed up with my current situation. But sometimes if with the right marketing positioning, I can show people these things. And yes, a law of averages, not everybody's going to receive it, but I want to be around the people that are going to receive it. Because one, that's going to make me better and keep me more focused and vice versa.
You say it's a red flag word. You say I and what you're going to do for the business. That's you having to be present for a large portion of the workload. That's not how you grow a corporation. That's how you do a startup and you work in your company. That's you being an employee in your own business model. Just be mindful of that. You're going to have to be present as you scale. And when you get to a certain point, you may get so locked in, you may not be able to exit. Always make sure you have an exit strategy regardless of what it is you're building, bro. And
somebody told me that no matter what, just have an exit strategy just because. I don't know if you know Kenny Cowell. I recently met him. He said, always have an exit strategy. Because I feel like even Steve Harvey right now, he has his podcast and he does all this radio stuff. And I can imagine he doesn't want to do that some days. but he's so locked in. He has to do that type of stuff.
It's different when they start making it seem like Fox News, bro, because like that's work. Like I love podcasting. I love being able to kick it with people, make viral moments,
Bro,
everything.
I love this conversations like this, bro.
Yeah, it's cool, but people would treat it like a hobby. This is a fucking business, bro. We watch melanated people get offered 8 figures for what we sitting here doing, and people treat it like it's a game. You know, this is a whole marketing, media, ad company, all of that. You have the ability to run ads. You have the ability to get press releases. You literally can go pop out at multiple things. And once you establish your company, right, as a media agency, locally, all these events, whether it be political, all of this stuff.
Yeah, press pass.
That's all I'm saying. That's why I ask people, everybody, I'm like, what is podcasting for you? Because for a lot of people, it's just me being able to sit down and have a conversation. Or they make it personal, as we do with a lot of our businesses, even me, like Trust Fund Baby. I was so attached to Trust Fund Baby. I'm like, I made this for my babies. I'm like, I'll sell this shit, bro. Right now. Sell it. I'll sell it all. Sell number right, I'll sell it all.
Even with the tech and everything?
I'll sell it all. I'll sell it all. Because you got to have an exit strategy. You can't be, because I know me, I know my brain. I have this here. I didn't go pay nobody to do everything that I've been able to build.
You just go do it again.
I can do it again. I can do it 20 times over. I do it for other people every day. So I'll sell it all.
Yo, I love this guy, dog. Yo. So my exit strategy would be like just have another host, so to say. Like that's part of the exit strategy, or like would you say the exit strategy be for
as far as podcasting, when you build the community, it is my biggest thing, because I don't necessarily see me leaving podcasting.
Same for me, but people say you just have it just to have it.
The volume it'll be more like a weekly thing, like a show. You more so the same way frequency would just, you scale it, you make it more personable. But like I said, I don't even pop out at all the events no more right now, because unless I'm being requested to speak, why else am I out here? Because I understand my value. I already know people gonna try and pick my brain when they figure out what it is I do. So I'm like, that shit that people gotta pay me for. When you are so immersed into your company structure, it makes it very difficult for you to see past your own face. Like you be missing certain things because it's just, that's why I always get outside counsel, because I may be too involved in certain situations. What you saying about the community development and other things, it's good for you to build out these systems and these structures, but still you're going to have to make it to where I can technically have Trust Fund Baby podcast without me. Can you do the same thing with you? Like my other podcasts, I don't know if that will be sustainable if I'm not present for it because of the way we built it. But I know that I can offer other forms of people in the financial network to come holler on Trust Fund Baby, even me building out the gaming network for Trust Fund Baby's Game Face ENT.
So I would say for the pod for this, I can expand it and make it larger, where I wouldn't need to be here as frequently. Because we focus on many of the major aspects of life: health, wealth, social life, spirituality, purpose.
You just create the network and you create a reciprocal society where everybody is just being taken care of.
Like one community where everybody's in, pretty much, like on school or on circles and stuff like that. Or what do you mean a reciprocal community?
I be having to watch my mouth on other people's platform because I don't be knowing where y'all be getting some of y'all information from.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I said I'm part of my ignorance.
Like,
part of my ignorance.
I don't rock with school. I've built out my own education platforms previously from scratch. It's nothing against them or anything like that. I'm just not into making people wealthy that I don't personally know. Like, you won't catch me on ClickFunnels. I don't give a damn about a 2 Comma Club. I don't care nothing about Alex Hormozy either. I'm like, bro, cool. Like, he do the gym stuff, whatever. He's not my homie, so I'm not about to line his pockets. And I don't incentivize my people to go line other companies' pockets when we have coders and developers and you can build these things out for yourself. Unless you're looking for access to certain people, and most people are, when you're on them platforms, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you that people are just going to find you on that platform. What that means is you are suckered into a subscription model and somebody's siphoning money from you every month for something that you could have had built out for yourself. And you could have had a build and release. You just don't know no better.
That's real.
Yeah, and I'm about to say I do
and
enough
it's-
math to know.
And it's expensive to do that type of coding for people who are just starting out.
No, it's not. You got AI now. You can literally, like, my homie just built me a website in 3 hours, bro. And code did most of it. And the only reason why it took that long was because he was being a perfectionist. And I think he took a nap in between, being honest, for real.
So you say he used code. That's the name of the AI, or he used ChatGPT?
No, you can have ChatGPT make you a script. There are several websites that can make you landing pages and stuff. Whether or not, when it comes to making a website, the biggest thing is your graphics anyway. The word and the background, the clicking buttons, all of that stuff, that's simple. Your website will suck if your images suck. That's your biggest thing. Making sure you have a good logo, making sure you have clean, high quality images. Outside of that, everything else is simple. So that's what take people a long time, not having the proper images and logos when they build the site.
DJB that pulled up, that was your own stuff. It's not on.
Oh no,
It's
I
not
did
on
that.
Linktree.
I did
It's
that.
not on.
Parker had did the home page and some of the graphics, but no, that's actually Parker. DB Connect, that's Parker's platform. So you see, like, what would I'm gonna be on ClickFunnels for? Like, my homie got his own stuff. Like, I'm gonna support the homie.
And you wouldn't have like a GHL?
A Go High Level?
Yeah.
I don't like Go High Level.
Really?
I don't like Go High Level.
Why?
Because I know how to build out a funnel. I can build a funnel on my own web page. I can funnel up. I can
How
funnel
about a
down.
CRM and where you store and collect your data?
I can have my own CRM built
Yo,
out.
what the fuck is that up,
I got
boy?
my
No.
own CRM.
This guy said, "Why do I gotta be on GHL when I can do it myself,
bro?
But isn't
But I've been like that. I even have my own. I got my own DAO built out, bro.
DAO was that?
DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. It's like a digital hedge fund. Like, at one point, like, the homies was getting tight with me because I'm like, I want my own blockchain. I'm just that like that. I want mine. I want mine because I understand what it is to provide IP across other people's platforms, bro. I know because we got a tech company. I know what people can do with your stuff. You just like, here, let this live on your stuff. I'm like, let me look at what you got going on over here. Oh, I'm gonna borrow this today. I'm like, oh, I'm like, Amazon. There are companies that sell data to the United States government, bro.
Yeah.
You agree to it with the
that's
cookies
obvious.
and everything.
That's obvious. Sometimes I just say, I know what the cookies is. Let me just reject it. Sometimes I do that. Yeah.
It don't matter if you on a platform, bro. It don't. If you on a platform, that's like saying, I want to do what I want to do in the United States. You see how that work for all these goofy sovereign citizen people. It doesn't go well because there's rules and regulations when you operate inside somebody's structure. And most people never read the fine print.
They don't take the time. It's really the time.
Yeah, bro.
And everything.
That's why, regardless of what people feel about Isaac Hayes III, feel about Terrence Howard, like, these are some of the realest melanated men in our society right now today because they're implementing real change while other people are just making content. Ooh, let me post for a pic. Stupid shit.
That's real. That's real.
Like, we have a melanated man who has provided a social media application that also is giving equity back to everybody who will invest in, regardless of their nationality.
And that's the kick, right?
No, that's fan base. That's Isaac Hayes III. You ever seen South Park? You remember
the
you remember Chef?
Wait, so South Park the show, right?
Yeah. You remember Chef? The old Chef? This is his son. This is his son who made the app. Because Isaac Hayes passed. This is Isaac Hayes III.
Wow.
So yeah, Isaac's super cool dude. And then you have Terrence Howard, literally breaking the mold of stupidity, telling people that 1 times 1 is not 1. He's literally risking his life in order to change the world for the better, bro. Whether people see it or not. Even Isaac Hayes, he wants to close the wealth gap for melanated people. He's offering an opportunity. These are the people, if I had a boss mural of great motherfuckers, like, they would make it there, bro. Right next to a picture of Chadwick Boseman, Black goddamn Panther, bro. They're up there with me because they doing real life stuff that I know that will help change somebody's life. If not mine, if not yours, somebody's.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that matter to me.
Yeah. That's real. How much time do you have to research, or how much time do you take to research in a day, dog? Like I'm seeing you hearing saying all these names. Like, my first time hearing, part of my ignorance, my first time hearing Terrence Howard. I probably heard it before.
You've never seen Whoop That Trick?
No.
DJ is my name, and I came to bring the pack. Bro, you've never seen Hustle and Flow?
No.
Oh my, your family super Christian, ain't they?
My dad is usually just
I'm about to say, they probably would never let you see that movie, bro.
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
No, it was about pimping. It was about like Memphis pimping. Like, this is if you ever heard of 3-6 Mafia, which is probably something that your family, 3-6 Mafia, Juicy J, and all of them, they got a Grammy or an Oscar for this because of the music and stuff. This was like one of Terrence Howard's biggest roles, and he was a great actor, bro. But the craziest thing is, this man is personally responsible for the VR, AR lifestyle that people are living. The Oculus, the goggles, all of that shit. Terrence Howard, the same man that said, Whoop That Trick. DJ from the hood, from Memphis.
That's crazy. I would have never known. Like,
I think that's the dopest shit in the world, bro.
I would have never known because I never looked into VR or it was made. Like what makes you like say, hey, what is this? Who started that? Like,
not
anytime
even
something new comes out.
I won't even say that I researched it on that scale. I took the time out because my CTO, my homie Jay, you met him. He sent me the Terrence Howard interview from the Joe Rogan podcast. But even still, I've seen the type of things that Terrence Howard has been dealing in the last few years. I'm like, this man got money, he got time, and he about to tinker. So like, he out here making stuff happen. When you got resources, you can do that because
like at Elon.
I used to have prototypes in my notebook when I was younger of things that we was talking about sonar goggles and stuff. Now I can make it.
I feel like great minds think alike because like I have a whole note to my phone of like inventions, things that I had an idea on creating and stuff like that, bro. That's fire, dog.
It's just like you see a Terrence Howard and he's taking his money and his resources and he's invested into science and bettering the world, bro. I feel like that's one of the most admirable things. And I got motherfuckers waking up they stressing over making a video for Instagram. I gotta show these people something today. Like, F these people. You don't even know these people. Do something that is going to outlive you. Mm-hmm. People only remember them videos for them split seconds. Yeah. Unless it's really good. And then even then.
They only remember like 10% of it is going into the future. If they're actively applying it. If
people are more focused on documenting their story and their growth versus making sure they're making other people happy online, we will be building a better world.
What's the best way to document your growth? Or like the
just
flow?
Be a real act like you got decent parents, fam. Because if you just had a good upbringing, you understand there are certain principles in life that you're supposed to live on. Like, I do charity work. I even pop out in Atlanta sometime. My homie, he be doing food giveaways. I'll just go. I don't ask him for nothing. I know they get paid for it. I just come help hand out food. I'm not doing it for publicity. Most of the times, y'all don't even see pictures from that. I do it because I want to do it. That's how my people raised me. And
it's like me in church. Like, I love that.
It's just, but I don't mind if people document that stuff. It's better you documenting that than you showing, no offense, like Lil Baby Funny, like Sexy Red, but we don't need brown booty hoes right now. We need world development. That's what we need, bro.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
No, I love Lil Baby, and like she got a great personality. Like, I just seen how Shorty act. Like she's super dope. It's just, and it's not even a shot at her. It's just, well, I'm a father, and I was a young, wild, ratchet man. I still got my ways now. Hell, I live in Miami. I love to get ratchet down here. Yeah, but what are we doing? Like,
what is it all for?
It's this one show called Utopia, and it says they had a statement from there. What have you done to earn your place in this crowded world today?
You asking me right now?
No, that's the statement from the show. It says, what have you done to earn your place in this crowded world today? And that's something that I like to say out loud because most people don't think about that. Even my elder, he was like, who can I help today? This is what my elder who gave me my cannabis company. He wake up, say that every day, who can I help today? I wish more people thought like that.
What would you say? How would you define place? Like
in this place?
No, yeah. Like, how would you define place? Like you in the state? Like, are you talking about the corporation? Or like, how would you define place?
For me, I found my place on the the realm with the humans. Like I know what I'm supposed to do here with y'all. It's on the larger scale what I'm looking to figure out right now.
Gotcha.
Because like even when you talk about I'm ordained too. It's like I'm a lot of things. I'm a Mason. I'm tribal chief. I'm an Ephah. Like I got a lot of different credentials. So when we start talking about the aspect of just oneness or higher level of consciousness, is what is it, the panorama. It's a book where they talk about, in Christianity, it's a book where they talk about achieving higher level of consciousness, ascending into your glorified body. If you understand like the spirit of Christios, are all of the different Christs, whether if it was Asur, Jesus, Buddha, any one of these other Christs from these different nationalities of people, these were people who understood where their place was outside of humans and on a higher level. You feel me? So if I'm fortunate enough to have that level of understanding during this timeline right now, I'll be thankful, because I'm fortunate to have figured out a decent amount of things. Now I don't know everything, but I know a large portion of the game to be the age I am, because if there's anything that I want, I desire, I can go get it right now. Like I literally have the framework to go get anything I want, whether if it's a multi-million-dollar house, if it's damn near a half an M car, I can go get it right now.
I mean, look, we about hour 30 in here. People who tap in deserve to hear that. What would you say to drop the paper, dog? What would you say that framework is right now, man? I want to get a I'm like straight up. I'm not. Yeah, what's up?
So what you want, a crib? You want a crib or a car?
Car, Tesla.
You want a Tesla?
Tesla. I'm looking to get it tomorrow.
You said you want to get it tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay. You want to get it tomorrow?
Yeah. or say.
I'm about to say I for sure have to do an evaluation, but
well, like if it wasn't tomorrow,
so
what would you say the framework
per the way
is?
I've been able to build up my companies, and also just understanding credit, having people in place, CFOs, other business structures, I can literally either shift something or just be like, go through my portfolio and be like, I want this one. I'm like, this one can buy that for me right now.
Oh, like this company or this entity within the company in a sense? Or?
Pretty much, yeah. Because I have a PG in place, somebody with
PG. What is that?
Personal guarantee. Is usually somebody who has a 720 to an 850 credit score. So they not really within my circle. These are people that I look to build with, and also I also manage their credit.
These are friends, or is your family?
Friends, family.
Gotcha.
Most of the time, not family. Like, because
I feel you.
I'm just gonna keep them. Most of the times, not family. You let people figure out stuff on their own pace.
Yeah.
They want to wait until you balling and start figuring out what you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
And then they just be like, oh, you're social media famous. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, that's what you think of me? This is what some of my family think. They're like, I'm just Instagram famous. That's what they think. Like, they don't even know that I manage the finances for the whole family. Like, I have power of attorneys and stuff in order to make sure that things are in place for everybody. They don't even know. It's not important for them to know. It just matters that it's in place, bro. I'm like, because they live their life. They're comfortable where they are. That's why I say, based on statistics and also my own life experience, people will be right next to you and still not do the things that they know to be beneficial for you. It's their life, it's their life path. So if somebody want to get to a bag, like, I'm public right now for the moment.
For the moment, man.
Because I'm working on completely removing myself. I'm telling you, I'm only like, it's gonna be Kendrick. Sometimes you only gotta pop out to show. I'm just gonna pop out to show, and I'm going back home, bro. I'm like, most of the stuff people be saying online is dated. That's old content. Because outside of podcasting, I only go out and speak right now. Everything that's happening within a company is automated. If somebody wants to trust, it happens within a minute. Somebody wants business bylaws, documentation, it happens within a minute. All we have to do is just have somebody in the company go mail it out to them. But our system is so fast now, so I don't got to be present.
Wow. That's crazy. What if somebody needs help with business structure?
Business structure. Sometimes I have it to where the AI assistant can answer all of their questions because it's sourced, like literally this conversation that we having right now. I can have my AI source this information and take it
through transcripts.
And not even through transcripts. It will source the information, and if they ask any of the questions based on anything that was closely related to what we talked about, it will give them the exact answer. This is why I don't gotta work hard no more, bro.
And you created. How did you like? Wow, so much questions for that. But continue. Continue the framework. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
Okay, the framework for
for getting the car.
Okay, for the car.
Or yeah.
The car, if you're looking to get a Tesla, for real, because right now, today, like, you know what year you want?
2024.
You want a 24. You want the camera inside, all in your business. The year 18s and 19s don't have a camera inside, just so you know. Now, if you get a 2024, the camera's inside, the autopilot registers that, it tracks your eyes and everything. Now, I know because my homie got a 19 on purpose because he didn't want that.
Really?
You seen the purple one we be in? Yeah, that's a 19.
Really?
That's a 19.
I might go back to get that then. That's crazy.
But and some of the upgrades, even Brendan, he was having some of the issues with the upgrades on his Tesla with some of the autopilot. He was like, he wish he didn't upgrade. That's just something to be mindful of because you can get it for less and still get the same look and luxury that you're looking for because it's a computer. All they do is upgrade the software. The interior may be slightly different. That's about it, bro. Now,
so I was saying 19 because
I'm
leaving that type of stuff. Yeah.
If you looking for a 19, you can get a 19 between 20 to 30 right now. So if your credit is decent, you can go get that finance, bro, and then you can just get that done.
Yeah, I was looking at it. My payment's gonna be around $550. Trading in my car, getting that, and ideally.
So I'm gonna tell you, my car note is $150 for one car. That's just one car.
Okay, I'm like, how so?
Through negotiations. Like literally, it was good relationships, good networking, and going in and conversing with people. Because I actually had business partners who have been able to leave the lot without paying anything. Only thing they had to pay was the taxes. So
so how would you do so on a finance car? Because I went to Tesla today. I did a demo of the car, liked the car, did a little trade-in valuation on my car, a CLA outside, and they was gonna give me 11.
They asked you to put anything down outside your vehicle?
No, I was gonna get 11,600 for that, and now just put down 250 just to start the process, I guess, for filing and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, one thing I would this is a deal. You have the ability to negotiate. You have the ability to sit down with the contract and red line and be like, I don't agree to this. I don't agree to this. I don't agree to this. I'm like, you have that ability. So it just depends on how knowledgeable you are in contracts. When I went and bought my first house, they asked me, was I an attorney? At the time, I was not. I later became a tribal attorney, but it's just, I read everything in its entirety. Even when I sent my girl
all the paperwork?
Hell yeah. I'm like, you never know what people gonna try and slide in documentation. Even when my girl went to go get the car, I coached her on how to go get it. And I just like, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. She came back home with a $150 car note.
So would you say I can, for that, a car that costs that amount?
You have the ability to negotiate. And also understanding the difference between leasing and buying. Leasing would possibly be more beneficial. Only time is not if you drive a lot.
I drive a lot.
Leasing may not be the best option for you, but leasing is good because you get to upgrade every 2 years, every year.
But then the camera thing.
What about the camera thing?
No, inside the car.
Oh, you talking about for the upgrade?
Yeah.
Well, Brendan said he put a Band-Aid over his, but I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I love this guy, dog.
But when you understand a Tesla is a computer, bro, it is, you can jailbreak it. You just, if you do it, you got limitations. So it's, whenever there's an option, there's a way, bro.
Yeah.
But for you, in order for you to acquire the Tesla, if you're not comfortable with the $500 price point monthly, I would tell them, I'd be like, what can you work with me to get it lower? Because hell, even my grandma, her cars got delivered. My grandma had like an 825 credit score before she passed. They'll drop her cars off at the crib. Notes be cheap. Based on, it's just, we know what we're willing to pay monthly. And we also can look up what the actual value is of something and what is accepted. And there are ways that just commercial activity is supposed to be handled by the United States, period, anyway. I don't really want to go too down a rabbit hole with that, but I have homies who literally pay their bills solely through paperwork, and they'll send things over to the district attorney, and then they'll settle all of their debts. So it's options. You just got to learn the law, bro.
That's fire. That's fire. So you're the framework you're saying is just go through the paperwork and just
through the paperwork. It's not really. It's nothing. It's no goofy magical information I can really give you about that. That's really a negotiation. Anything you don't agree to in a contract, you have the ability to say, no, I don't agree to this. If you don't care for the number, you have the ability to ask for a lower number. Hell, we do this all the time with regular people. Why you think they any different?
So then what? Then on that note, what if they say no? You just walk out, find another dealership, pretty much.
You can ask them why they say no. And you can literally go in there and ask them. And then it's also better to buy vehicles towards the end of the month and also towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So just because they're going to be forced in a position where they're trying to sell. The number is,
I've heard of that,
the number is based off of what it is they present. How the hell do you think, when I bought the car, it was like 20, I got a 19 for $150 a month, bro. No accidents on it.
Wow. How much miles?
Negotiation.
How much miles?
Probably had like 20 something. That was about it.
That's not bad. And you and when?
This was like 20. This was like 20.
2020?
Yeah.
You got 2019? So a year under? Wow. What the?
I still got it.
Freak.
I still got it.
So you're, in today's retrospect, you basically got a 2023 car for $150
a month. Yeah. I ain't put down no crazy down payment or nothing. Negotiations.
I'm about to negotiate. It's a reason why I didn't freaking.
Yeah,
I almost signed up on the card right now.
Most people don't ask no questions. They just go in there and be like, "This is what we can do for you." They be like, "Can you do a little bit better?"
Yeah, I'm gonna go there today.
Can we do a little bit better? That's all you gotta ask.
I'm gonna go there today. If I'm being honest with you, I'm going there today.
Even still, like, even Pete, he had sent me some whips on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, they have better price points than most people think about. And Facebook Marketplace they're not people selling the cars on Facebook. These are other companies. They're promoting their own Facebook Marketplace. That's how I was able to find a 19 for 22. I'm like, I got that right now.
So, and that's what you negotiated to get to 150.
No.
Got you.
No, that was just solely off contracts. I knew what I was willing to give people.
And you went to the dealership to do that, so to say, or
yeah, that was at the dealership. We actually paid double the note every month, and then just because of that, they've offered several other cars.
Okay, that's fire. I'm gonna go to after this. I'm gonna go there today. I'm being honest with you.
No, that's what's up, bro.
But bro, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I feel like I don't know if you have anywhere you have to be.
I'm about to go play video games after this.
Yo, this is by far one of my favorite episodes, man. I'm not gonna lie. But yo, you blew my freaking mind today. I appreciate this.
No, that's what's up, bro.
I'm not around enough people like this.
I even told my homie, because Jay, he was like, I told Jay, you met Jay. Yeah. I was like, I'm about to go do Oliver podcast. You finally about to make your way with Oliver? I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, but I'm gonna give him a lot of game when I go. I'm gonna even tell him how to run the podcast, play the right way. Because one thing I can tell you,
what's up?
Me going to the podcast summit last year, it was beneficial. It was more beneficial for me than it was for most people, just because I seen a lot of people's ignorance, which created a business opportunity for me. But I also did learn some things there, and I also came in contact with a great amount of good people.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main value too. Like the goal is to go there, but it's just finances for me, just being frank. But I'm looking to.
So
it's not going to be that.
You need to create offers. If you need cash flow is the main issue, right? If you need cash flow, economics is based off of products and service. What products and services can you have? If I show you my list of products and services that I've made over the years, I have over 50 that I market like and just rotate through
every day.
Not every day, but it just depends on what I have 50 different things. Like, this isn't even some of the new ones. This not including none of the AI stuff, none of the automations.
Yeah, so
this is like books, courses, and other things, like different physical materials that I've created throughout the years. I got over 50. But this creates more opportunity for me to make more money, because if you don't have any offers, what you gonna funnel somebody into? You only got one book. You only got one course. How you gonna downsell? How you gonna upsell? You need more offers. Mm-hmm. I had somebody tell me I had too many offers one time. Little do they know I make way more money than they ask. I just don't show it.
Wait, they said that you don't have enough offers?
Yeah, they said I had too many.
Too many.
They said I had too many offers. Now, these are also people who have come to some of our speaking engagements and like our lectures. Shit be packed out, bro. I be having people fly from across the state to come listen to me speak. And this because they also know I don't do it that often. So when you tell me I have too many, I understand you don't either know enough about my business or you don't know enough about economics to understand. I'm goddamn the Walmart of commerce. I'm like, you don't walk in Walmart and be like, oh, it's too much stuff.
So how do you like market the message off so they come into the funnel with you if you have all these different things? Because I'm reading this book on creating a brand story and clarifying your message, where you have one general message and then of course you can have those subcategories.
My one general message is the same. I'm gonna teach you how to have a better life. Now what I break that down into is different. That could be spiritual, physical, eating.
And then you have all those different things for those different stuff. And
I got books on crypto, on DAOs, on finance, on agriculture, on tribal stuff. That's like somebody saying Terrence Howard shouldn't be talking about science. He's an actor. Nobody gets to limit me, bro.
So how would you say you're marketing them through your Instagram only, or like how would you say the marketing flow is?
Some things don't even make it to the page. Something goes through consultation. It's solely internal. So if you come
through the data, like your CRM,
through the data
like
or through a consultation, depending on certain words that you may highlight or say, we'll then funnel you into certain situations. Because if you say that you're an LLC person, I already know your business is wrong cooked. I'm like, you need business structure. It just mentioned LLC to me. I already know you got it with a social. You need business structure. You talking about you're trying to build some money or you're trying to get funding, or I know direction to take you in. You need asset protection. I know the direction to take you in. You may be having relationship problems. Know that direction to take you in.
Because you funnel them to one general page. Yeah. Really? I've never seen that general page even though I look through your stuff.
Yes, you have. You just don't know.
Because I seen when I met you
that page right there, that card page, depending on if people come to me, might have a Calendly link on there too. So depending on how people come through the system, I understand what their needs are. I don't even let people pay me until we have a conversation. So
would you say, wait, really? So even if they buy the low ticket offer?
No, I mean for like consults and stuff. If they grab an ebook or something off the website, that's fine. But like for certain packages that I may have to be like sign off or look over something, I don't let people pay me until we have a conversation. Because I don't want you paying. You may already be in order. You just don't know. You just may need to have a conversation with somebody. And my initial consult is usually free because I need to know if I can even help you.
Mm-hmm. So would you say your only one link is your that get started page today?
You talking about the djbay.com?
Yeah.
No, I got multiple websites. That's just the one. That's the front facing one that I let people see, because clicking on that may take you to something else depending on the funnel flow you're going to.
Be in that.
Yeah.
Got it. And so you said that's your main one in a sense.
For the moment, that's the homie platform. But if I do like speaking engagements, they make different landing pages for me.
Because you know the particular crowd you're going to be speaking to. And you know, based off of the event, the crowd, you know what route to take them necessarily. And now, if they get to the point where you speak to them directly, you know how to just do that universal switch.
And even sometimes it's just as simple as just the data acquisition. So you just need an email list, contact email, like phone number, name. And then from there, you can send out an email campaign, or you just send something that may be attractive to somebody, and then you give them the opportunity to opt in when they're ready.
And then at that point, you would partner up with other people with other email lists and just borrow their email list too, in a sense. Or have you done it before?
I can scrape it. I can take it. I don't got a partner. No, I can just take it. If I want an EYL list right now, I can just take it, and there's nothing they can do about it. Now, whether or not if those emails are going to respond properly to my email, that's how we have that warmed up. Like, we have to warm up the email so that we can have good outbound interaction, so it's not coming back looking like spam.
Warm up the email?
It's a term that my CTO use. It's you have to send out. You have to have a certain level of interaction on the email before you start really running campaigns.
Like how so? So say if you have financial, you have one of your offers is financial advice, or no, simplified business structure. Mm-hmm. You talk to a lawyer that helps or you scrub the email list from a lawyer who has people in business structure, right? How would you warm them up? Would you just send them certain?
It don't have to
things?
be. It don't have to be them emails. The email itself, the domain for the email needs to be warmed up so that it can target other people. People get emails all the time that from companies that they've never even opted into. It just goes to a spam folder. Your job is to not be in that folder.
And how would you say you warm up with that?
That's a trade
email?
secret.
I
tell you off camera.
Hey, y'all, hold on. So, hey, check me out.
No, but for real. This is why I partner with Jay, and that's why I was so comfortable with having him step in to be the CTO for my other companies, because he has a company called Securitas, and he's a very bright young man. And we come up with these different concepts, but because I don't have the time frame right now in order to code and deal with some of the things, I'll make some of the user interfaces or the concepts, and he has his own concepts as well, and we just bring them to fruition. And it's like, based on observing what people's needs are per our data set, we'd be like, okay, we can give somebody this, we can give somebody this, we can give somebody this. And that's really what it be. So with that individual and myself, we have been able to figure out ways that other large scale companies, and even with new AI integrations, how we can not work hard. Now, if that consists of me taking your email list and me getting all of them, or if you the Gary V, him 500, or Denzel Washington, or Terrence Howard, it don't matter, fam. These not your people. You don't own them. You don't own them. This is all data, and the moment it hit the internet, it's for everybody.
That's crazy. That's freaking crazy, dog. I'm about to just end this. Hey, y'all. Yo, my name is Olivier J. Cease. I'm here with DJ, Mr. Trust Fund Baby. We're here helping you do the do to do life well. Peace. Wait, before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out the video that you think is the best for you. Or is it check out the video and hit the subscribe button? Man, you know what I'm trying to do. Peace.